Hello, hello, I'm Karjan. This is Let's Play Bastion New Game Plus. So, let's continue on with running through everything. Go to the Pith Orchard. I'm basically aiming
gods, they're all undone.
to do everything as quickly as possible. Within certain...
Pith Orchard. Place is a dead end in more ways than one.
Yeah, I see that. Okay. Try to stop getting caught on
Folks used to
things.
make pilgrimage here to pay their respects to Pith, the bull. Well, the gods are long gone now, and the orchard core is long gone too. Seems Pith ain't much of a watchdog.
Yeah, well.
The gods don't care about trinkets, but the kid ain't no god.
These gods don't really care about anything. In fact, they actively hate most of us.
Pith stood for something once. Something real.
Death to everyone
In time,
else.
though, the bull stopped being a symbol and started being decoration.
Come on. There we go. Out of my way.
Pith makes a decent scarecrow, at least. Then Pith lights up like a rodeo. So what'll it be? Invoke the gods? Or tell them off?
Well... Okay. Strike.
Hensa.
Greater ferocity.
A
Vengeance. Throws with feet. This means that I need to avoid their death throws.
Lemaine.
Sloth.
Pith.
Move and strike.
Javel.
Physical harm. Deflect attacks on a whim.
Garmouth.
Sometimes turn to air, unable to be hit. Regenerate from any
Nicaea.
injury. Never yield health tonics or black tonics.
Rothus.
Cause harm on physical contact.
Udrig.
So there's all 10 active.
Kid decides to press his luck. Kid
Ow!
ain't about to sacrifice himself for the likes of Pith.
Ow!
Well, if the gods are alive, they must be plenty sore.
Ow! Okay. Ow! Whoops. Ow! That was all sorts of painful.
Kid ain't never seen windbags that quick. Maybe old Pith put a scare in him.
No. Bad enemies. Gotta do more precision strike stuff. Ow. Man. Counter. Okay, counters still work nice. No. Whoops. Going away from that.
The gods
Whoops.
ain't gonna catch you if you fall.
No one's going to catch me if I fall. Man. Oh, love of sin. Okay. So things that are painful. Having all 10 gods equipped. All 10
Kid
gods.
passes Pith's trial, and he's richer for it.
Yeah. Having all 10 gods equipped is painful. Oh my lord, is that painful. However, we're going to continue this.
Kid ain't found a core, but at least he found Zolf's precious shrine.
Okay, Skyway. Access greater challenges and greater rewards, otherwise known as painful death. Oh man. Okay, well. Ow. Ow. I can't upgrade the musket yet. Gods didn't bother to stop the calamity, did they?
The Ura feared the gods. We turned them into toys, put their faces on our walls.
And now they hate us. Specifically, they hate me.
Zolf brought his antique smoking pipe all the way from the terminals.
So, that is one of the things I need to do, which is go through the pipe and win with all 10 gods equipped. Yeah,
Poor
sure.
kid collapses after just one drag.
This can't be too terrible, can it? Famous last words.
The past. Only good thing ever come out of the past is history.
There's going to be lots of screaming about how terribly painful that this is. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me, game, exactly how screwed I am. Okay, so. Oh, God! Whoops. Okay.
The
Oops.
past catches up with the kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started.
Oh, jeez. I hate the invisible one. Go away. Go away.
Fair to say he's led a hard life. Supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie.
Does having all 10 mean that I don't actually get any healing items out of this?
You never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of.
That's not
Frail
going to be
thing
fun.
with pure white hair like his.
If that's true, that's not going to be fun. Oh my god.
Having his mama's hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up, but he learned to hold his own out there.
Yeah! Great! I don't get... Okay. I don't get healing items if I have all the shrines equipped. Whoops. I gotta watch out for that. Definitely not winning this.
School ain't working out, so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money.
Okay, these things are fairly simple to deal with.
Thanks to folks like the kid, the walls kept Ceylondia safe from whatever's out there. The elements, the
14, I'm not even half done.
Once the kid done his time, he hurried on home. Turns out his mama's time was done too.
Oh, man, no. Oh, right. Huh.
What was I saying? Anyway.
Oh, dear God. Caught on something. I don't know what they're caught on. Ouch. Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord.
Past don't matter for nothing now.
Oh, wow, that's painful. Okay. Restart with the idols.
There's something you should know about the kid, but let me take it from the top.
Okay. This is terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I don't think my collection of weapons is the appropriate choice. Oh, shoot. Okay. Come on. Wow, I wish these guys could just fall.
The past catches up with the kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started. Fair to say he's led a hard life. Supposing
Okay.
what he says in his sleep ain't no lie.
I kind of think I should have... think I should have the,
He never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his. What was I saying? Anyway.
ouch. Come on.
Having his mama's
Okay.
hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up, but he learned to hold his own out there.
Really hate these things. Oh right, enemies damage you if you take a hit.
School ain't
Or
working
touch
out,
them.
so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money.
Okay.
The past don't matter for nothing now.
Wow. Okay. That's painful as all get out. So, okay, yeah. Can I don't have a shrine, do I? No, I don't. Okay, well, continuing on. Here, we'll go to Langston River. Do this really quick.
The Langston River flowed free and wild till the calamity drank it all up. Maybe all that water just grew wings and flew off.
Yeah, okay. Moving on.
Riverbanks swarming with windbags. The river ain't never been safe for swimming.
It's even less so now.
They're so bent on finding the core, they hardly notice the kid.
Wow, that's so painful.
Lucky for him, a certain famous ferry barge is still afloat. Weepin' Nellie. She sends some squirts crying home as she leaves port. Maybe Nellie knows the way to the core. Maybe she can slip right past all the clamor on the coast.
Nope.
Or maybe not. A security skiff pulls up portside. Nellie's just another windbag to those guns. Just then, the windbags notice who she's sailing with. They're pretty steamed about what happened at Cinderbreak.
Wow.
They try to cut her off.
Their attacks just eat me alive.
They try to slow her down. They try to knock her out.
Okay.
Well, Weepin' Nellie
That's
tries
annoying.
harder. Try as she might, though, she hits a snag. Kid's gotta help her get untangled. Favors for favors.
Okay.
At least she picked a good spot for a break, because the core is right there.
Oof. I need all of those levels.
Then the kid hears an unusual sound, like 100 flapping wings. Peckers.
Oh
They
my
have their own eyes on the core. But why?
God.
Well, kid ain't got time to think it over just yet.
The speed bonus to the enemies is absurd on some of these.
He finds Weepin' Nellie raring to go. Turns out she's got a special surprise for when the waters get rough.
I see that. Okay. Whoops. Gotta hit the button.
She's gonna need a little help with all them peckers.
Oh, shoot.
Crafty things think they're king of the roost now. Rest of us only wish we'd fly at times like these.
About that. Do not get involved in close quarters combat with these things.
Security skiffs keep on coming, starboard side. Don't seem to care what they shoot, as long as they hit something. The river's such an overwhelming place.
Start without idols. That's so
Well, the river
painful.
ain't coming back just by talking about it.
Oh, man. Okay. So... perhaps all of those idols is a little bit overkill. And by a little, I mean a lot.
Riverbank swarming with windbags. They're so bent on finding the core, they hardly notice the kid. Lucky for him, a certain famous ferry barge is still afloat. Weepin' Nellie. She sends some squirts crying home as she leaves port. Maybe Nellie knows the way to the core. Maybe she
Okay.
can slip right past all the clamor on the coast.
No, not really.
Or maybe not. A security skiff pulls up portside. Nellie's
Okay.
just another windbag to those guns. Just then, the windbags notice who she's sailing with.
So much easier.
They try to
without
cut
the
her off.
Idols.
They try to slow her down.
Okay.
They try to knock her out.
Okay.
Well, Weepin' Nellie tries harder. Try as she might, though, she hits a snag. Kid's gotta help her get untangled. Favors for favors.
Okay. Yeah. It is very, very easy to do this without the idols. Because I'm basically
At least she
overpowered.
picked a good spot for a break, 'cause the core's right there.
Wow, what? What? Why are those dealing so
Then the kid
much
hears an
damage?
unusual sound, like 100 flapping wings. Peckers. They had their own eyes on the core. But why? Well, kid ain't got time to think it over just yet. He finds Weepin' Nellie raring to go. Turns out she's got a special surprise for when the waters get rough.
Nope.
She's gonna need a little help with all them peckers. Crafty things think they're king of the roost now. Rest of us only wish we could fly in times like these.
To go do what I can to upgrade my weapons.
Security skiffs keep on coming starboard side. Don't seem to care what they shoot, as long as they hit something.
Yeah, I kind of feel like there were more enemies when I had all of the idols equipped too. Just felt like that.
The windbag's getting an even better idea. Kid boards one of them skiffs like some kind of Ceylondian privateer. They aim to smash Weepin' Nellie to splinters. Well, it all proves too much for poor Nellie. She's just gotta make one last stop. With her
Boom.
last breath, Nellie gets the kid to solid ground. Solid ground in Pecker country. They want that core real bad. Seems the Calamity ain't hurt the Peckers' appetites. Kid shoos them off, knowing they'll be back.
Okay.
3 times.
This way. Okay.
Now, listen close. You should remember this next part.
Post-calamity superiority complex. Yeah.
Why go to Prosper Bluff?
Okay.
Used to take an enterprising man or a plain old fool to venture out that far. The city was the most beautiful place in the world. We all knew that.
Most beautiful place in the world, huh?
But on the other hand, some folks just yearn to see the things they're told they can't.
Okay.
And that's why you go to Prosper Bluff, ain't it?
Because it's just wild enough. I hate these narrow
There, the kid
pathways.
hears something he ain't heard in a long while. How's it go again? That's the one. Timeless.
Okay. That sort of crazy stunt that I just did would be a terrible idea if I still had the idols equipped. Gotta be so much. Wow. Okay, so. Sky Bridge. Oh, that saddens me. Oh well. Okay. Alright. Up here. Grab that. Flip the switch. Excuse me. Well, getting a little bit too hasty. Okay. And by little, I mean a lot. I kind of wish that so much of this wasn't on the, wasn't on the, thingy, crossways. If it wasn't crossways, it's like you have to push 2 buttons on the keyboard in order to go those directions. Because it makes it really kind of hard
no point explaining what happens next, right?
to.
Suffice it to say, kid ain't coming home empty-handed. And besides, it's like the song goes. They'll
Okay.
be here before too long.
There. Okay, Singer agreed to return.
We
To the
darn
Bastion.
near celebrated when the kid got back, didn't we? Zolf never thought he'd see a fellow her again. We become fast friends. Calamity has that effect on people.
Yeah, except when they wanted to to betray you.
But there was more to be done. There was one last core to find. Kid's surprised when I tell him there's only one core left. I shouldn't have believed it either.
There we go. Okay. Build the shrine.
Behold, the Pantheon.
Okay.
Most of the Ura never got a taste of Caelondia's fine goods, unless they were born and raised in the city like Zia here.
Yeah, well, that's all well and good. Okay. So, that's exciting. I'm going to call this episode here. And I will attempt to get a bunch of stuff done off screen so that I can finish certain things on screen. I will see you next time.